Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
People are recognizing that J.D. Vance is an absolute extremist. He wants a national abortion ban. He's called rape inconvenient. He's told women who are in violent marriages that they should stay in those marriages for the sake of family values. I mean, this is somebody who is so extreme and doesn't connect with Ohioans. And what's going to happen in the next 4.5 weeks, we are on the ground. We've hit all 88 counties in this state. We're going to rural areas, working hard in red counties, and we're getting a tremendous response. We've got a lot of two-time Trump voters that are coming our way. We've got a lot of Republicans coming our way. Rob Portman's former chief of staff, a statewide official, Jim Petro, Republican, all on board with a big contingent of Republicans saying we got to go with Tim Ryan. I mean, this is the moderate wing of the old Republicans that you remember. That's who's here in Ohio, and they're on board with us, which is why you're seeing those poll numbers and why we're going to close this thing out and we're going to win this seat and shock the world with this race.
So that's Tim Ryan of Ohio, obviously running against J.D. Vance, who is a total extremist. And he's also a billionaire, or at least a many times over millionaire. I mean, J.D. Vance made his money in Silicon Valley. How is he relating to people in Xenia? How is he relating to people in Chillicothe? How is he relating to people in Portsmouth? I have no earthly idea. I think that they don't pay any attention to the issues and that they think it never gets any better. It never will get any better. And they're resigned to failure. And that's a shame. That's a crying shame. Now the Social Security check, the Medicare trust fund, all this stuff. I mean, they're going to yank that out from under you too? And you're going to sit there and say, well, MAGA. Wake up. This is so awful what's going on here. Awful. Taking away everything that you thought was at least secure, like privacy, Medicare, Social Security. Taking everything, including the ability to vote, giving it to the state legislature under the independent legislature theory. That's what this case that's coming up, this case that was argued last week, there's 2 voting rights cases. The first one, the one that I just played you, KBJ, visiting them on their originalism and showing them how idiotic they are when they decide that the founding fathers believed that all legislation should be race neutral, that an equal protection clause was racially blind. I mean, what is wrong with them? To even, as doctors of jurisprudence, as justices and judges previously, as lawyers, to even try and make you think that that's true is such an affront to our ability to read. But anyway, they're trying that. So that was for the Voting Rights Act. OK, that was that argument. Now there's going to be another case. And the other case it's not scheduled yet is a case that's going to explore this theory that no one thinks is real. You remember that uber conservative judge that testified in the January 6th hearings, who said Donald Trump is a clear and present danger, and he is an uber conservative judge, has been for years, okay? Tried to sound the alarm bells for you. So they're literally saying, and he's saying this, people like him, very ultra conservative justices, are saying this doesn't exist anywhere except in the power-hungry minds of the 6 new Supreme Court justices. But this independent legislature theory says that the legislature, your state legislature, not courts, can review gerrymandered maps. And the Republicans in your Republican legislature can say, oh, no, we didn't gerrymander these maps for racial reasons, or we didn't gerrymander these maps because of political reasons. We didn't dilute the vote of Democrats that might live in Ohio. We didn't, dilute the votes of black people. We didn't dilute the votes of, Democrats in Nevada. No, we didn't do that. And rubber stamp their own damn gerrymandered map. That's one part of it. And the other part is the independent legislature theory that says that the legislature of your state can decide how to choose the state's electors. Right now, we live in a democracy where all 50 states agree that an election should be held and that the popular vote total gives all of the electoral votes to the winner. The winner of the popular vote gets every single electoral vote. And they have different slates of electors, right? You have the Republican slate of electors and you have the Democratic slate of electors. If the Democrats win the popular vote, then the Democratic slate of electors is certified to go on January 6th to Washington, D.C., and their votes are counted, in those big boxes. They put their votes in the box, and the votes are counted that day. But the independent legislature theory says, what? No muss, no fuss. We don't need to have an election. The legislature can choose. If we have a majority Republican legislature, then we're pretty sure that the people want to be represented by Republicans, and that's how they would vote, not for the person. But it's all about the party, right? It doesn't matter if the person running for president is Herschel Walker. It doesn't matter if the person running for president is Rand Paul and doesn't think he needs to answer any questions that are disturbing to him. There's a tone that he doesn't like, and he's not agreeing to, tell you where he stands on anything, right? But they're just going to conclude that if there's a Republican legislature, you have decided that you want to be represented by the Republican presidential candidate, whoever that might be. I mean, they could run, Daffy Duck at that point. Slap an R after his name, and that's your nominee.